Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And Dibble is going to be homeless pretty soon. Remember Dibble?
No, people probably remember Dibble.
They don't remember. When we first started this channel, we talked a lot about the new Care Bears show. It was going to be on Boomerang, and it had Dibble, which was basically a talking testicle that hung out with the Care Bears. Well, they're shutting down Boomerang. They're shutting down Boomerang, which shouldn't surprise anyone.
No.
We've been kind of chronicling the demise of Cartoon Network, and Boomerang is done. And I think the MeTV Tunes was kind of the final blow, because it seemed like they were pushing all that Boomerang content over to that.
Yeah, it's pretty much Boomerang, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty much what Boomerang was. And so let's talk about this. I think there is going to come a day where there's not going to be an actual Cartoon Network anymore. I think it's just going to be a brand cranking out shitty sequels to better shows.
Now where are they going to put them? Like just on the main,
on Max. That's what they're already doing. Yeah, they're talking about they just announced a whole bunch of Cartoon Network shows. We'll talk a little bit about this.
Good news, it's not all going to be oh, sure. What was the Teen Titans Go?
Oh, Teen Titans Go. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk about that, the RIP Cartoon Network. And look, it's very clear that Warner Brothers is winding all of this stuff down. Cartoon Network now ends at like 5 o'clock, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. And now they put this just Adult Swim from like 5 on.
Well, that's what only people want to watch anyway.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. And they already gave up their Burbank office, their legendary Burbank office. Now, they did announce a bunch of like sequels and reboots to shows that are only 10 or 15 years old. But my understanding is that most of that stuff is going to HBO Max or Max or whatever the hell we're calling it.
I don't know. I get no, isn't the HBO one thing and Max another now?
I don't know anymore. It's all so confusing. It's going to streaming. It's not going to linear TV. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Yeah, woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
You don't sound too excited. We used to watch.
I'm not.
We used to watch Boomerang all the time. I love Boomerang.
I never really liked Boomerang. I'm sorry.
I love Boomerang.
I don't.
Actually,
I only liked Adult Swim when I was watching anime on it.
I liked Boomerang. I liked the interstitials where they always had the little short, like the Johnny Quest and the Jabberjaw.
Those were kind of fun, but I just never was a Boomerang fan. Sorry.
Because I used to watch, when I was a kid, I used to watch USA Cartoon Express all the time.
I do remember that.
And that was all the Hanna-Barbera shows.
I do remember it, but I'm like, it's not
it's not your thing. Anyway, they said Warner Brothers Discovery is shutting it down. Subscribers and some of the content from the classic cartoon platform are going to move to HBO Max. It said it's going to cease operations on September 30th.
So you have a couple months yet.
You have a couple months. And subscribers and some of its content will be folded into Max, Warner Brothers' flagship streaming platform. Boomerang's linear channel will continue to operate on cable.
Okay, well, that's good. So it's still going to exist. Is this going to be on cable?
Right, but the Boomerang, as I understand, the Boomerang on cable is like a nothing burger compared to what it was. They said, they received a message from the streamer notifying them of the shutdown. Their subscriptions will be moved to Max's ad-free tier. There's going to be no change to your subscription price. So they're basically going to roll them into Max, and they're going to pad the numbers. They said, Max already carries some of the same programming as Boomerang, including classic Looney Tunes shorts, several Scooby-Doo series, Tom and Jerry, the Flintstones. So, like, this is another sign. I think that Cartoon Network is going to be done as a network here pretty soon.
I think so. I think there's no point. Why,
Yeah, and now the hashtag RIP Cartoon Network was going around like a month ago, and it was Adam Conover trying to, drum up support for the animation workers.
Ruins everything.
He did. He does. He does. And actually, he got called out because they're like, wait, they're not shutting Cartoon Network down yet. But he basically did this short, and it was him and let's see, Alex Hirsch. I think it was Alex Hirsch. He turned out to be
such an asshat. Anyway,
he did turn out to be an asset. But yeah, he was trying to drum up support for Animation Workers United, and he said that they were gonna, basically shut the service down. He said a few other accounts picked up on the trend and posted as if it were the absolute truth, probably in response to Animation Workers Ignited, encouraging everyone to spread the word about what's at stake for animation. Turns out the community used the term dead loosely after the original Cartoon Network building was closed down. Actually, it was funny. They did the short and they put a Spirit Halloween flag on the Cartoon Network.
It was
actually pretty fun.
I think I actually saw that clip. the picture anyway.
They wanted to start a conversation about the state of animation, specifically how difficult it is for even animators working with unionized studios to get enough work to pay their bills.
Well, you answered your own question.
Yeah.
You said unionized studios, so you answered your own.
So I think that they are going to probably outsource a lot of this stuff overseas. I think they're still going to make cartoons, but I think Cartoon Network as a network, I think is pretty much done. I mean, we had that conversation with Fresher Luke on D-Resed, and he's saying that like animators are not getting work. There's not a lot of stuff being greenlit. They announced a bunch of stuff, possible maybe stuff for cartoon or for Max. It's like Cartoon Network sequels, but we don't know how long it's going to take to happen. Warner Brothers is bleeding money. Cartoons are expensive. But yeah, they said Cartoon Network's original physical studio is gone. The lineup continues under the Warner Brothers animation brand, and animation workers are struggling to make ends meet as executives concentrate on as much revenue as possible. And it doesn't make sense to have like a bunch of linear stations. So I think we're going to see more consolidation.
I think that's what it is. I think it's consolidation. Now, it's still going to be existing on, cable and stuff like that. But
yeah.
So, I mean, it's not actually gone then.
No, it's actually gone, but
those who subscribe to it as a separate channel.
I mean, what does it really cost them to run it? Because it's just reruns, right? But I think MeTV Tunes eventually is going to replace it. Because it's like, why not just license your stuff out to somebody else?
They're not going to have everything that's the same, though. Some of the things, are the same, but not everything.
Yeah, they actually have some stuff on there that surprised me. They have like real Ghostbusters and some other stuff, but it's just
Neil went and subscribed to it, just FYI.
I did, and then I forgot I did.
I told you that was going to happen.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, see, here's the whole thing. He said, I'm just going to try it for the free week, and then I'm going to cancel. I said, no, you won't. You'll forget. I will not. I set myself a reminder. Guess what? We all learned today that he forgot to cancel.
I just forgot that until now. I was like, oh shit. So it's like $6. I'll cancel it.
I know. I'm just like, oh,
or actually what happens is I'll start watching it and be like, oh yeah, it's actually not bad.
That's probably what's going to happen. This is $6. I'm not worried about it. But I just think it's funny because I knew you were going to do this. Anyway, continue. It's almost like I'm married to you for how many years?
Yeah. Well, that's what they count on though. That's what they count on you forgetting.
Wait, you're falling for their plan.
I am.
Way to go.
Oh boy. Yeah, so that's funny. They're talking about how animation fans were angry about it and all that, but they're firing Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and the Roadrunner. Wait, what? No, just basically they're moving stuff around. Look, Warner Brothers is gonna make as much money as they can make off this shit for as long as they can. They're gonna put it wherever they can put it.
It's just passive stuff. It's stuff that's already been they just own, and they can just keep squeezing it for money.
Yeah, and they can pad their bottom line on Max. But I think eventually, at the end of the day, everything is going to become Max, because that was my understanding, talking to somebody from Warner Brothers who is no longer there. I'm sure they're long gone by now. But the original plan with HBO Max was they were going to roll Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth into it. And then that just didn't work out very well. Crunchyroll, they sold it to Sony, and then they shut down Rooster Teeth. But yeah, we're gonna see more consolidation, and there's gonna come a time when there's no Cartoon Network. But there we go. All right, there's an update. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.